Hey guys, so I have a little thing to vlog about today. It was a good experience. I did my first LARP, and when I sat down to do this video, I didn't really know how I was going to go about talking about it, and I didn't know how to say everything that happened during my time because it was just so incredible. So I did my first LARP ever in the history of ever. I've never LARPed. I've only played D&D one time, so it was really nerve-wracking for me. I played at a LARP called Twin Mask, and they have a bunch of different races and things you can do and different people. And this is apparently the biggest turnout they've ever had. There were so many people. There were so many new people. There were over 100 and something brand new people to this event. So it was really exciting because I wasn't the only one joining in. But it was my first LARP, so I was definitely nervous, getting into character. The character I created, I was a half angel. My name was Allard Lightborn. I'm a half angel, and at the young age of 8, I discovered I have the power of resurrection and bringing the dead back to life. So yeah, I created a character and wrote a big backstory about him, and I went in, and I have a lot of friends who play, but in order to, I can't just walk up to them and be like, hey dude, I'm introducing my character to you. It's you introduce yourself in character and you get stuff going, and it's so much fun. Yeah, so my friends were really nice. My friend Lauren, she was the one who sat down with me and was like, hey, you should really do this. You'll have a blast. Let's go over your character. Let's talk about the LARP, all this sort of thing. So we went out and we just chatted for 2 hours talking about this LARP, and I'm like, okay, you've convinced me. I'm going. I'm doing it. And so I get there, day one, and it's pretty cold. I'm setting up camp, getting my costume together, all this sort of stuff, and they're telling me it's gonna get so freezing cold. And you're supposed to, it's started on Friday at 8 o'clock, and it went till Sunday, I think, at about 8 a.m. So it's pretty long, and it goes through the night and everything, and there are random NPC attacks and things that happen, and you're just kind of interacting with people. The way that it works in Twin Mask is your character is dead. You've died, and through some sort of magic, you are brought back from death to life for a reason, for a specific reason. And so you're in this town of Port Frey, and it's a really cool place. It's set in it's in a Renaissance fair area, so there's a lot of cool buildings and things like that to interact with. There's taverns and pubs. Anyway, so I came back right in front of the tavern. Right in front of it. Now, they let people come back in different areas, but I came back right in front of the tavern. So I had a bunch of people come and be like, are you okay? Oh, it's the newly returned. What's your name? Do you remember? Because there's a lot of memory issues when you come back. And a lot of the characters don't know who they are, they don't know how they died, they don't know, what their previous life was. My particular character has a thing called clouded memory. So when I came back, I only remembered very sparse things. So I remembered my name and where I was from. Those were the only two things that I really remembered. I didn't really understand anything else. I didn't know anything else. And over time, my character's gonna gain memories back. So after 3 or 4 games, my character Allard will remember everything about his past life, including how he died, who he was, everything. So I created an angel knight who brings people back to life. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to experience combat. Yeah, it was an absolute blast. So I came back, and some of the people came up, and they were just like, are you okay? They were super nice. They were like, hey, you're new here. Welcome to the town, showing me around. Here's the tavern, here's this. Oh, you're a half celestial. Well, there's a group of us meeting tonight and having dinner. You're more than welcome to join us. And so right off the bat, you're completely immersed. These people are, acting and talking to you as though this dead person just came back to life right in front of us. They're like, holy crap, it happened to all of us, because every character is one of the returned. Every character was one of these people at one point or another. And so it's really cool. And so I met some very, very nice people, one of which I had interacted with the entire weekend. And he was so, so nice. He's a big guy with a shield, and we fought together in a couple of the battles. It was so much fun. And I met a couple other people, and they were just like, hey, have a seat, chat with us, talk, this sort of thing. I was definitely very nervous my first day. Very, very nervous. Still, it was just, I was kind of wandering around, okay, what do I do now? There were random fights that broke out that I would jump into and help with a little bit. Still, trying to figure out the combat system, because it's a light combat LARP, which means you're not like whacking people in the face. It's like, no, if you do a tap, like that counts as a hit. Like, you know what I mean? So you don't want people going in and beating the crap out of each other. It makes sense, because then it's more fun for everybody, and it's more inclusive, because I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", I'm almost 200 pounds, and me fighting against like somebody who's like 5'1", 89 pounds is not going to be very fun for them if I'm just smashing their stuff out of the way. So you're not allowed to push you're not allowed to force anything. So you can't like force their sword out of the way with strength. If you connect swords, it's like it's as though it's like, okay, they stopped you. Yeah, so the combat was a lot of fun. It was really immersive. You call out how much damage you're doing, but it doesn't break the experience, surprisingly. Like I was kind of worried about that when I first heard about it. I was like, okay, so you're calling out your numbers and stuff. That's tough. Like, you're calling out your attacks, and I was worried it was gonna break immersion. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. It's so freaking cool. So I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but there were these massive battles. To preface this, every time you play the game, there's a 4-hour NPC shift that you have to do. An NPC is non-playable character. So you've got like, attacks from little raiders who are coming to steal body parts. You've got, bandits coming in, random occurrences where like a farmer, I played, one of my NPC shifts was I played a farmer whose town just got attacked, and they were like, please help us, we need healing. And my friend Vivka, her arm was off, so somebody had to come in and regenerate her arm for her. Yeah, it was an absolute blast. I got to meet so many really, really, really nice, cool people. And the people running the event were fantastic. Everyone there was just so like, hey, it's your first time, it's your first day here, we're gonna help you out. Now, a lot of and there's ways to like clarify stuff. So if you don't know something that's happening, you could be like, clarify, what does this mean? Out of character, and then you like go back in. And then, yeah, so it's very inclusive and it's very easy to hop into. I highly recommend it. So one of the coolest moments that I had, and I don't have any footage to show this off, I really wish I did, because it's obviously very hard to shoot at nighttime. I was on my NPC shift still with my friend, and she was this like ungodly necromancer. And in the previous, so story stuff carries over each game. It's not like it starts brand new from the beginning every time. So in the previous game, she had played an NPC who was an undead necromancer. Her whole goal as an NPC was just to go into town and buy supplies. That was it. But she was very suspicious because she was a necromancer and she was walking around with 2 zombies. They weren't attacking anyone. They didn't do anything wrong. Their literal goal was to go in and buy stuff. But people were like, this is not good. I'm concerned about this. And she was like, I'm just trying to buy supplies. Eventually, long story short, they threw her in jail. She, in this game, killed everyone in jail and turned them into zombies. I had the honor to be one of her zombies. I was one of her special units, one of the 4 people dedicated to protecting her as she's going around murdering literally everyone. It was so freaking cool. She played the character so well. And there was the one person who threw her in jail, and she was focusing on him so much, and he was like, oh crap, this is terrible. But so many people were going around, and we killed a lot of people. We were fighting probably, 70 people. There were so many people. It was chaos because she was throwing out magic that did like 5 straight life damage. Now, if you don't know the game, you start off with 5 life points as a basic character. Now you can upgrade that once you get more skill points, but most people have like 5 hit points. So she was throwing out 5 unblockable damage pretty much. Couldn't block it with a shield. It didn't take less damage from armor or anything like that. It was like straight life. So if they hit you with it twice, because most people, the max you can get is 10 health points on your character. There's other things you can get like runes and stuff to increase your maximum health. But she was throwing out those packets that deal 5 damage apiece. So she killed a lot of people. And I was running around and I was one of her special knights. So each one of my attacks did 3 damage. And I had a shield and a sword. It was really hard to get to me because I'm kind of a big dude and I have a big range of motion and I have a long reach. So I was able to hit a lot of people. Guys, it was so much fun. This LARP event was a blast. My friends there, and even the new people, like, I made so many friends because of this event. It was amazing. It was so much fun. Like, I can't even describe to you how happy this event made me. Like, it was fantastic. the costumes were beautiful, the sets were amazing. Everyone was helping each other out. There were situations where, we made friends with this one guy named Tapestry, and he had memory problems, but he would constantly spout off that he was the best at whatever anyone was talking about. So at one point during the game, somebody came up to him and asked him, "Are you a necromancer?" And because he has memory problems, and his character was like, "I'm the best at whatever." He's like, "Yes, I'm the finest necromancer on all the land," not knowing that these guys were like, "We kill necromancers." So they literally, well, not literally, okay, in game, in character, they cut out his tongue, they sliced his Achilles tendon, and they cut off his ring finger, and then tossed him into the tavern where we all were. And this guy had made friends with literally all of us, and we were like, "Oh, he's so harmless, pat." Threw him in there, and they healed him, and we were all pissed. We were like, "We're ready for freaking blood. You hurt Tapestry? This is going down. This is going down." But it was so cool to see like all these people like, "No, oh hell no. I love this person. You were not messing with us." So we like went around town and searched for these people. Like, we're about to mess some crap up. We're about to mess some people up. Oh, they're not getting away with this crap. So I think in the next game that might actually be something that happens. So I'm really excited. Guys, I want to do this all the time. This was so much fun. It combined, a lot of my like sword fighting stuff. It combined my acting stuff. It combined cosplay. It melded all these things together, which I love doing. And I never had LARPed before because I was like nervous about it. I'm like, "Oh, I don't know, like, social anxiety," but everyone is so welcoming. Like Twin Mask, you guys did an amazing job. I am so excited to keep going to your events. I am so excited to keep doing this and to continue to make friends. And it was funny actually, because I met a lot of people in game and I had chatted with them for like hours. And then after the event, they came up to me and were like, "Dude, it was so cool meeting you. I was a huge fan of Smosh Games." And I was blown away. I'm like, "Oh my God, I was talking to you for hours." And it was a really amazing experience. And if you guys are at all interested, I highly recommend checking it out. Like Twin Mask, I don't know about other LARPs because this is the first one I've ever done, but this was such an incredible experience. And, it's obviously you guys have seen my other video, and things have been a little tough recently, but this was a huge positive. Like, I had so many friends getting me into it, so many friends being like, "We'll take care of you, Wes," and it was an amazing weekend. And I'll say this, I hate the cold so much. I hate it with a passion. I'm like heat man central. Like, give me heat. I drive to work with the heat on in my car on my way to work in Los Angeles. I've overheated my phone. That's how much I love heat. And I was so cold, guys. I was so cold the entire time, but it didn't matter. I was having so much fun, and it was so worth it. I really wouldn't trade this experience for anything in the world. It was so much fun. I'm definitely going back again for more of these events. I had a lot of fun playing my character Allard. He was he was a knight in his previous life, and he was kind of all business then, but he doesn't really remember that right now because of the memory stuff. So I'm excited to play that up in the future games where he starts remembering who he was exactly and why he is the way he is. Thank you all very much for watching this video. I hope you took something from it. It made me really happy. The whole experience, from top to bottom. I was very nervous, but at the end, I felt so welcome. I felt so at home. I felt so comfortable being this character around all of these other people. And sure, there were moments where, I didn't really know what to do yet, and, finding tasks, but that's why you go the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth time, because you've already gotten through some of that nervousness, and now you're figuring out, hey, I can go do this thing, or you feel more comfortable with people. You make these connections, because these characters meet each other and they know each other from the last time. I had battles with like 6 different people, and it was just so much fun. So I want to say this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it's the nerdiest thing I've ever done, but it's also one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life. It was so cool. It was so cool. I would look it up and check it out for yourselves. Get a group of friends to go with you so you know at least a couple people. For me, it was really, really nice having a bunch of my friends there to, you know, like steer me the right directions, tell me, you know, like, oh, maybe you should avoid doing this your first game, you know, make sure you don't travel alone because you'll die. Going on your own can be kind of scary because if a bunch of NPCs come out of nowhere and murder your character, you're in trouble. You better hope there are people around to help you. I can't tell you how excited I am for the next month. Like I already miss it. Like it's been a day. Like I already miss hanging out with all the people. I miss seeing all the costumes. I miss the environment of just, you know, everyone hanging out and, you know, fighting together and, you know, and talking about just nonsense. You know, it was so much fun. I had a blast. I had an absolute blast, and I highly, highly recommend it. Thank you to everybody who I interacted with during the event. I'm sorry if I look like a chicken with my head cut off running around being like, I don't know what I'm doing. But thank you for steering me in the right direction and helping me to have an amazing time. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.